Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Box Office Receipts for the weekend of January 11th, 2019. I'm your host Tyler Callahan, and let's get started with the weekend top 5. In first place, and a bit of a shock, is The Upside with $19.5 million. Edging out Aquaman, which came in second place with $17.2 million. In third place is A Dog's Way Home at $11.3 million. In fourth place is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with $9 million, bringing its total to $147.7 million. And by the way, Spider-Man held great this week with only a 31% drop, and actually moved up since it was in fifth place last week. And in fifth place is Escape Room with $8.9 million, with a total now of $32.4 million. So for my predictions, this was a bit of a rough week for me, with the only spot getting right is third place with A Dog's Way Home. For Spider-Man, it held better than expected, and for replicas, well, it bombed harder than I thought it would. Anyway, let's move on to some international numbers. This was a big weekend for Aquaman and Warner Brothers, as Aquaman just passed $1 billion worldwide. It's currently at $1.02 billion, making it the highest DCEU movie ever, and might become the highest grossing DC movie ever if it gets to $1.1 billion, which seems likely at this point. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is also holding its own with now $154 million internationally, bringing its worldwide total to $302 million. Bumblebee is getting that boost from China, with it now having $256 million internationally, bringing its worldwide total to $364 million. In fact, apparently this has made Bumblebee profitable, as this week Paramount CEO came out and said that Bumblebee was profitable, and that the last night actually lost the money, about $100 million, which was a bit surprising to find out. Mary Poppins Returns, however, while doing good, is a bit below everyone else and has now grossed $287 million worldwide. However, that does not seem to stop Disney, as there are now reports of a third Mary Poppins movie. We shall see. Going back to give some updates on older releases, A Star is Born has now passed $400 million worldwide, with $403 million, and the split on that domestically and internationally is actually almost split down the middle at 50-50. Bohemian Rhapsody continues to make money, with it now at $751 million worldwide, and will receive a boost, at least in the US, as Fox has released a sing-along version in some theaters, in case you already did not know the lyrics. Ralph Breaks the Internet is currently at $434 million worldwide, and it is still not past the first one, which is at $471 million. The last movie I wanted to talk about was The Mule. The latest Clint Eastwood movie was quietly released right before all the Christmas movies, and it has slowly worked its way to almost $100 million domestic, with it currently at $93 million domestic and $93 million worldwide. With a budget of $50 million, it's a modest success for Eastwood and Warner Brothers that no one really is talking about. So this week we only got one new release, and it's the first big one of the year, Glass. The final movie in M. Night Shyamalan's Unbreakable trilogy, it is easily expected to take first place. However, with poor reviews, so far it will probably make less than expected. So my prediction for the top 5 this weekend are: first place, Glass; second place, The Upside; third place, Aquaman; fourth place, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse; and fifth place, A Dog's Way Home. Obviously, Glass will be in first place. I think The Upside will hold enough to keep second. Aquaman, unless it collapses, will probably keep third. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse has been, weekend after weekend, having really good legs. So I'm not surprised if it would stay in fourth place. And A Dog's Way Home won't collapse as much, but it only opened to 11 million, so if it makes, like, say, 7 million, I think it's enough for fifth place. And that's it for this week's episode of Box Office Receipts. As always, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TylerCallahan95, and thank you for listening.